Hi, and thank you for joining me. Today we are making some pumpkin bites. All right, so we're going to need a processor, and I've added in a cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. I've also added in a 1/4 cup of raisins. Now we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of the, I believe that was nutmeg, pumpkin spice now. Just adding in a dash, probably about a 1/2 teaspoon. All right, so now we're adding in a 1/4 cup of pumpkin. We're going to process this. Going to add in we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. We've got to continually look at the consistency. If it's too wet and doughy where it's not going to mold, then you're going to have to add in a little bit more. Now I also added in about 4 to 5 packs of stevia in the raw. That will add sweetener without adding a whole lot of calories in there. It's actually 0 calories for that. We're adding in a tablespoon of agave nectar. Now, the unsweet coconut flakes is replacing flour, so this is going to replace the flour. Now we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. We're going to add in 1/2 tablespoon of maca powder. And we're going to process. I'm going to add in another 1/4 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. We just have to make sure that we're finding that texture that is going to be moldable. So as you can see, it's still a little light and a little airy, but they're good enough to go ahead and mold. So I'm going to just kind of use a measuring half. You can do any size that you want. You don't have to measure, but I just kind of like to know what the size is. So you can do half a tablespoon, and that's what I'm doing now. And you can do mix it up and do a tablespoon size for those days that you just are craving something sweet. Now these are kept refrigerated. You'll keep them in your refrigerator, in the freezer section. Put them in an airtight container, and they'll last up anywhere between 5 to 10 days, depending if you can keep them there that long without eating them. And this will yield about anywhere between 15 and 17 pumpkin bites. Now you can also roll them in nuts. This is a nut-free to be able to keep this in a low-fat on my lose weight menu. We want to be able to have some sweets without adding in a whole lot of calories. So that's why I decided to make this nut-free. So I'm adding it into this container. You put it in the freezer. If you wanted to dip them in all right, now for our apple crisp cookies. You will need a dehydrator. So this goes great over homemade banana ice cream. We're going to start with 1 bag of Granny Smith apples. We're going to slice and core these, add them into the processor. And I'm going to be using the raw stevia packets, which are going to be 0 calories. Now this is a low calorie recipe, so this will be on one of the lose weight menus. We're going to be adding in about 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. Okay, now we're going to process. We just want to get the ingredients mixed well. So you can pulse. It may get stuck a little, so you can just move it around just a little bit, move your machine around. Now we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of agave nectar. Since we're using Granny Smith apples, it tends to be a little bit tart, so we're going to add in a little bit more of this sweetener. We're going to add in 1 cup of the unsweet coconut flakes. We're going to process, and you'll dehydrate at 145 degrees for a thicker crust cookie. Now, what we have here is we're making some homemade banana ice cream. What we're using is 2 bananas, and we're just putting that through the ice cream maker here. And I just wanted to show you one way that these apple crisp cookies go well. We're just using plain banana, nothing else. That's what makes this dessert so delicious, that there are no additive, no extra ingredients. You're using just the fruit itself. All right, so 2 bananas, and there we have this delicious ice cream. Now we're going to add in the apple crisp cookies. You can add it as a garnish. You can, layer a few slices and then maybe do the ice cream in between. It's totally up to you. Get creative. And please subscribe for more of my recipes. Thank you for joining me.